Now, everybody and they mama know Houston has billionaires, barbecue, ball players, big booties, all that, right? All that good stuff. But also, Houston, as I always say, is scam capital. You feel me? The top tier of any scamming city. But it all had to start from somewhere. It all had to start at some point, right? So, on today, we're going to break down the top five biggest scams in Houston's history, right? As you can see, we already scammed five. Let me go ahead and pull up the information right here so we can get you. Boom. Scam number five, right? The Hurricane Harvey scams of 2017. Now, you had tons of scams going around, but the top two most prevalent scams during that time: one, construction scams; two, used cars in which have been already flooded out, had their titles repurposed, and sold as new or used, right? Obviously, based off what I just said, though that is a hefty scam. People are going to lose anywhere from $500 or $600 up to close to $1 million, just off of those things, vehicles and homes. So you had things like fake appraisers, people going around saying, they do all kind of construction work, fake contractors knocking on people's doors, and then you talk to them, they end up getting this money, and then next thing you know, house is never fixed. You don't even hear from these people again. You call the number and it's nothing. You get the classic, the number you have called has temporarily been disconnected. Please try again. Thank you. You're gonna get that. You feel me? And like I said, people out here selling damaged cars, and it's kind of damn near what happens every year for tax season. But this was like so much trumped up on a higher level. Maybe not the right word, trumped, to use right about now, but yeah, used it. So that was number five, the Hurricane Harvey scams, in which luckily, I ain't get hit, but I know some people that did, and they were not happy. Right? Scam number four. All right, so we have scam number four. Number four, right there. So this is something that actually did have a kind of a head, but also it does happen every day, still to this day, right? Which is the housing real estate scams. You can find this scam damn near weekly on your local Houston news station. Somebody being scammed out of some Craigslist or some Facebook marketplace, home or property, or even what do they call them things? Motorhomes. Somebody talked to someone. They was sold a dream, right? Because working class people, consumers, always are the people that get the dream sold to them, right? Sold them a dream, and they did all the things, gave them the money, and either they got the key or were supposed to get the key, and either they never received the key, or if they did receive that key, then that key actually doesn't go to that exact home in which they thought it did. So now you're wondering, wait, I just paid somebody like $10,000 or $5,000 to try and move in, and now I can't. I don't know what's going on with the key. You call them. The number you have called has been temporarily disconnected. Thank you. Goodbye. That's all you're gonna get. that scam. That's they voicemail box. That scam's voicemail box, right? It's gonna be a lot of that. A lot of single moms, newlywed couples do get hit with these Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist housing scams, and then we have the big one, which was a multi-million-dollar scam, real estate scam in 2018, right? In which, excuse me, these con artists forged all kind of documents for essentially fake commercial investments. Claimed they had access to big property deals, but in turn, they showed fake appraisals and walked away with millions of people's dollars. They scam just not only renters, right? But you scam businesses. Texas don't like when you scam businesses. Just keep that in mind. And like I say, Houston has rental scams for days. I'm pretty sure in the coming weeks or days, I'll probably be reporting on some another housing scam in the space city. Actually, scam capital, like I always say. Scam number three, big three, the Ashford Hospital Medicare fraud, which was actually a part of a larger nationwide healthcare fraud scam in 2016. Ashford Hospital, they were the main ones of the Medicare fraud, which scammed something close around $900 million away from people. We have people who were undertreated, people who were overtreated, um, and that's anybody elderly, immigrants, poor people. Everybody was a victim in this. You know, those who needed healthcare the most, unfortunately, in their eyes, they seen them as the biggest targets. And those who participated, the 22 people in the Houston area that were scooped up, yeah, I think they should throw them under the jail. This was pretty fucked up, you know, that much money scammed from the healthcare. And, you know, it's something that's still going around now, but this was one of the bigger ones in recent history, you know? So, yeah. All right. So, scam number two. You feel me? Number two. We got Big Dog, the big dog right here, Alan Stanford, former Houston billionaire. You feel me? He sold certificates of deposit to people, selling people dreams, promising huge returns. None of that was real, right? Apparently, he ran the scam for over 20 years, collected around, I say, give or take, $7 billion. Investors wiped out globally. This wasn't just, he didn't just keep it in the city or in the state of Texas or in the US. He took it worldwide. International players bought, I mean, international global scam artists, right? He lived large, right? Like big mansions, big yachts type of large. While people's life savings was pretty much going down the toilet. Retirees, small investors, hell, even charities. Everybody was scammed in this shit by that boy, Alan motherfucking Stanford. Him right there. Yup. I think he's still locked up, if I'm not mistaken. You know? So, as we move past scam number two, before 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 we get to scam number one, I have to give some of my, I wouldn't say honorable mentions, but I'm gonna go with dishonorable mentions, right? All right, so of the dishonorable mentions that we have before we get to number one, first dishonorable mention, the hot lotto scam. This obese, fat, rotund, um, very planetary looking dude right here that's got his hand up. Yeah, that dude scammed a number of lottery organizations. It didn't necessarily start in Houston, but the Joker is from Sugarland, Richmond area, right? And they did hit up Texas because they not only got jail time in Texas, but they also had to answer the courts in Iowa and Illinois. So, yeah, it was like playing GTA except with the jackpots. This dude had fun. This dude had fun, right? So that was one. The other honorable mention, right, is the waste management accounting fraud that actually took place around in 1998, and about 1.7 billion was lied about in profits. The SEC, that's some top tier jail time right there. If the SEC, not football wise, but you know, legal wise, they come in your come knocking. Yeah, garbage company, trash accountability. Sad, sad, sad. And number three of the dishonorable mentions is actually one of my favorite because this man right here, this old head right here, he was part of the original Houston big time scam, right? So You can actually say if they didn't come through with this scam, you might not have had so many big time scams. But this was the first one, right? Which took place in the 1970s. And yes, this was the Sharkstown stock scandal. Essentially, Houston politicians, Houston higher ups, were, getting dirty. A lot of money being passed around to different people. Don't really know how people got the money. But yeah, this is what started. This was the first scam scandal that rocked the city of Houston on this kind of level, which set precedent for our number one scam. And our number one scam was, I mean, if you've been in Houston any amount of time and you may have been born here, grew up here, you're probably my age or older. You know the number one scam. Them jokers out in Enron, baby. They the number one scam. That's the number one historical scam in the city. You already know. If you don't know about Enron, let me just lace you up with the facts real quick, right? Enron, back in the 90s, early 2000s, it was one of the biggest success stories for how a company, came up from the bottom and made their way to the top, right? Energy giant in a state that lives off of energy. But here's the thing, they didn't go about it the right way. Fake partnerships, fake creative accounting, using the high debt and stuff like that, and just inflating the stock prices, right? So what's going to happen when you pretty much is reporting fake money? Everything's going to come crashing down, and not only will it come crashing down, it's going to stop. They know snap that shit, right? So I remember the day, man. I remember like it was yesterday being a little kid. I had to be like around 6, maybe 7, but probably 6. Watching the news and seeing all these people with their boxes coming downstairs, everybody leaving out the Enron building that's downtown. Hell, that's how, people don't even realize that was the Astros stadium name, originally. But then that shit happened and it's like, yeah, we can't. Nope. So we're gonna fuck with Minute Maid, and it was been Minute Maid since. But back on this, right? These two gentlemen right here, Enron CEOs, they the ones that essentially were behind it. They were the big tycoons on top that was walking away with all this money, that was able to go buy all these cars and go on vacations and stuff, and now you in jail on some federal charges type stuff. That's the thing, when it's federal, you don't want to mess with that, bro. That's federal, man. I'm good. I'm good, bro. But essentially, the victims of this, people that work there, everybody who worked there, people lost their jobs and their health care, right? Shareholders lost money. Executives, they lost freedom out in the free world because they ass got tossed into jail. Um, and I'm not even gonna lie, this not only financially was like a really bad thing to happen, it was really like a black eye on Houston because I believe Enron was like a really big player or trying to position themselves as like a really, really important player, not only in Houston, but in Texas and probably the US if they would have continued. But now y'all just embarrassment, bro. It was a shit show for the most part, that whole Enron situation. So these are the top scams in the history, the not so honorable, more like dishonorable history of Houston and business, Houston and people telling the truth. Scam City, man. What can I expect? I can't expect anything else, you know. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please leave a comment. Comment your favorite scam. Oh well, I guess not favorite scam, or just comment the time that somebody tried to finesse you. If they got you, don't comment how you got them back because you could be incriminating yourself. But yeah, go ahead, respond, leave a comment, and yeah, let's have fun, man. Not too much fun because people be out here scamming. Remember that.